Let's go to page 235. This is the lesson 5-6, and the objective of this lesson is to add and subtract rational expression. So when you have fraction like a over c plus b over c, when you have common denominator, you can just add the numerator. So this will equal to a plus b over c. And so same with the subtraction. If you have a over c minus b over c, when you have common denominator, you can just go and subtract the denominator. So this will equal to a minus b over c. Okay, now let's go over some examples. Okay, example 1a. You want to simplify 4 over 15 plus 13 over 15 minus 7 over 15. So this one, since they have a common denominator, you can just add and subtract. So 4 plus 13 is 17. 17 minus 7 will give you 10. So it becomes 10 over 15. And then you can reduce. Both of these are divisible by 5. So divide by 5, you get 2. Divide by 5, you get 3. So your answer is equal to 2 over 3. Now for 1b, you have 3x squared minus 8 over x plus 2 minus x squared minus 9 over x plus 2. Now for this one, you have to be careful with the subtraction. Okay? So let's go and do one extra step of putting all this together. So first you have to make sure you have a common denominator. So this will become x plus 2, that's your common denominator. So when you subtract, this will become 3x squared minus 8. Then this is going to be minus x squared minus 9 will give you plus 9. So be careful with the subtraction. Then after that, you can go and combine the like terms. Okay, so square term, this will give you 2x squared. And this term and this term will give you plus 1. Then what you need to do is you want to check, see if you can do the factoring. If you can factor, you can go and factor and see if you can cancel. In this case, you cannot factor, so this is it. Okay, let's go to example 2. You want to simplify 25 over 42 plus 11 over 18. Now, when you add or subtract fractions, so I'm going to write this as 2 over 1, okay? And so that I can get the common denominators. Okay, so now in order to add or subtract, you need to have a common denominator. So that's your LCD, which is another word, same as LCM. So what you want to do, you want to get the LCD and LCM. Okay, they're the same thing. Okay, so let's go to the side. So you got 42, 18, and 1. And now remember, for LCM, as long as two numbers can divide, you can go and divide, right? So both are even, so you can divide by 2. So it'll be 21 and 9. If you cannot divide, you just leave the number alone. Then you can divide by 3. So divide by 3, so you get 7, 3, and 1. Okay, and that's it. That's as far as you can go. Okay, so your LCD, now it's called LCD because it's denominator. Okay, if it's not in the denominator, it's called LCM, but basically they're the same thing. Okay, so LCD, okay, you have to multiply all these numbers together. Okay, so you have to multiply all these numbers together. Okay, and so this will give you 84. No, okay, let's go and get a calculator. Just working out. Okay, so that's 6 times by 21 equal to 126. Okay, so that's your step 1. Step 1, you need to get your LCD. Okay, so step 1, get your LCD. Then your step 2, you have to get your. So step 2 is, so here's your step 2. I'm writing down the steps so you can follow. when you're doing the problem, you don't have to write the steps. Okay? Write down the 1 and 2. I'm just writing down so you can see that. Step 1, get your LCD. Step 2, write down all your LCDs would be 126, 126, 126. So that's your step 2. Okay, so then step 3, you have to figure out how you're going to get from here to here, what you need to multiply. So from here to here, you need to multiply by 3. Okay? So you need to multiply by 3. And step 4 is you have to multiply out. So 42 times 3 give you 126. 25 times 3 will give you 75. Okay? So step 3, I can figure out what you need to multiply. Okay? And you can just go back and just divide, right? So 126 divided by 18. So this one you need to multiply by 7. So 7 times 11 will give you 77. Okay, so from here to here, you need to multiply by 126. So this will give you 252. Okay, then step 5, you just go and do combine all this together. Okay, so get your calculator. So you got 75 plus 77 minus 252 equal -100. And then from here, you have to reduce. So all these are divisible by 2. So divide by 2, you get 63. Divide by 2, you get -50. And that's it. That's as far as you can go. So your answer would be -50 over 63. Okay, let's go to example 3. Okay, you want to simplify 1 over 6a squared minus 1 over 2ab plus 3 over 8b squared. Okay, so again, step 1, you need to get your LCD. Okay, so you got 6a squared, 2ab, and 8b squared. Okay, so first let's go and divide out the 2. So you get 3a squared, ab, 4b squared, and that's all the numbers. Then after that, let's go and divide out the a. So you got 3a and b. Okay, again, remember, we're looking for LCD, right? So as long as 2 can divide, you can do that. And this one you cannot divide, so just leave it alone. Then we can divide out the b. So again, if you cannot divide, you leave it alone, and this would becomes 4b, and that's it. So your LCD equal to the number, so multiply all this together. So let's go and do the number first. So you got 2 times 3 is 6, times 4 is 24. Okay, then go down the alphabet, so you got A, so you got A squared, and you got B squared. Okay? Or another way to do it, just look at the alphabet. Take the highest one. So A squared is the highest one, B squared is the highest one. Okay? So that's step 1. Then step 2. Okay, so step 2, you need to go and get the LCDs ready. So it'd be 24 a squared b squared, 24 a squared b squared, 24 a squared b squared. Right? So again, that's your step 2. Step 2 is get your LCD on the bottom. Okay. Then after that, step 3, you figure out what you need to multiply. Okay, again, just go down the number and alphabet. So from 6 to get 24, you need to multiply by 4. From a squared to a squared b squared, you need to have a b squared. Okay, so you need to multiply this together to get that, and therefore you do the same for the top. So the bottom, so this times this give you the bottom, this times I give you the top. So that's your step 4. So step 4 is multiplying. So step 3, you figure out what you need to multiply. Okay. So from 2 to 24, you need to get 12. A to a squared, you need to a. B to b squared, you need to have b. Okay, so that's what you need to get from here to here. And again, you multiply, you got 12ab. Again, do the same thing. So from a to 24, you need to multiply by 3. So you need to get a squared, and then b squared is all good already. Okay? So again, you multiply this together to get that. So you have to multiply the bottom to get the bottom, multiply the top to get the top. Okay, so now you can go and put all this together. So step 5, you put them all together. So you're going to get 4b squared minus 12ab plus 9a squared. Okay. Then after that, you can go and factor the top. And this is step 2b. That's your perfect square. At the bottom, you don't do anything to it. So to get 4, you need to get 2, right? 2 squared give you 4. B squared give you that. And to match the sign, you have to have a minus. To get a 9, you need to get 3. 3 squared give you 9. A squared give you a squared. Then you have to check your middle. So the sign match. Okay, the number 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12. Alphabet A and a B. Okay, and there's nothing to cancel, so that's it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Example 4, you want to simplify 3 over x squared minus plus x minus 6 minus 2 over x squared minus 3x plus 2. Okay, so first we need to get the LCD, but to get LCD you have to factor all these first. So go off to the side. You need to add to get 1. You need to multiply to get negative 6. So you need to go 1 comma negative 6, 2 comma negative 3, 3 comma negative 2. Okay, so that's the one. Okay. So you need to get x plus 3 minus 2, right? Plus 3 minus 2. Okay, and over here you need to do this one here. So you need to add to get negative 3. You need to multiply to get 2. So you need to go negative 1 comma negative 2. Okay, so from here you're going to get minus 1 and minus 2. Okay, so after you're done factoring, then you can get your LCD. Okay, so step 1, the LCD is going to be equal to, you have to take all the factors. So you have the x plus 3, and you have the x minus 2, you have the x minus 1. Okay, and this one already have, right? Okay, so again you find the LCD, so you take the maximum of each one, right? So again, so that's your LCD. Then after that, step 2, get your LCD down here. Now the order doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what order you write it in. Okay, so that's your step 2. Get your LCD on the bottom. Then you get to step 3. Okay, you need to figure out how you're going to get from here to here. What you need to multiply. So from here to here, you're missing this one. So you need to get x minus 1. Okay? So this times that will give you that. So you multiply, so you're going to get 3x minus 3. Right? 3x minus 3. Just distribute. So that's your step 4. Okay? Again, over here, you need to multiply. So from here to here, you're missing the x plus 3. Okay? So when you multiply, so again, this multiply, you get the denominator. 2 times that will give you 2x plus 6. So now you go to step 5, you put all this together, so you're going to get 3x minus 3 minus 2x minus 6. Okay, again, watch out for the subtraction. You have to distribute the minus. Okay? So that's your step 5. Okay. Okay, now you can go ahead and combine all this together. So this will give me x, and this one will give me minus 9, and that's nothing to cancel, and so this would be it.